The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
The 2020 Grammy nominations, inmates charged to read, the Moto Razor is back, all that and more on an all-new Might Be News. What's up, everybody? My name is Taylor Cooper. With me, as always, none of those guys are here, actually. John from Bruise is here. What's up, John?
What's up, everybody?
My brother Nathan's here. What's up, Nathan?
What's up, guys?
Jackie's here. What's up, Jackie?
Hi.
And
Hi.
special guest this week, Brett and Laura from Patreon. What's going on, guys? Woo! Brett and Laura's here! All right, so Might Be News Network is sponsored by Eunomia CBD. Go to eunomiacbd.com, promo code MBN, 20% off, free shipping, free shit. Fucking do it, don't be dumb.
It's a great holiday gift.
It's a great holiday gift. It's a great holiday gift. The holidays are obviously coming. It's the first week of December, which is crazy in itself. So go out there and get you some Eunomia CBD. That's EUNOMIA CBD.com. Do it. Don't be a loser.
I got it for Lucy. We got the salmon drops that I'm adding into her food. It's fantastic.
She likes
She's
it?
doing great. Yeah, she does.
She likes it?
She's scarfing the food down. So
That's good.
Shout out Eunomia, killing it.
That's good. So it's right now in this time space continuum. It's Black Friday. We record news on Fridays. Danny and Kev are both doing some friend or family related thing because it's a holiday weekend. Everybody's busy. But as we're sitting here, it is John's birthday. Happy birthday, John.
Thanks, man.
Happy birthday, John.
I feel old as shit.
I'll be nice
you?
today.
I
I'll
do.
be nice today. And
Yeah?
only today. Tomorrow, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Do you feel old?
A little bit. I've been feeling old for like a few weeks, though. So, it just
Yeah.
kind of hit me all of a sudden. I'm like, fuck, I got to get into shape. I got to cut back on drinking, start eating healthier because I just feel like shit all the time.
How are you going to cut back drinking when you literally do a show called Might Be Bruise?
I don't know, but how do you guys feel about cracking a beer right now?
Let's do it.
Got some Levante tickle parts. This is one of my. This might be my favorite beer from Levante.
It's my favorite. It's my
Is it?
go-to.
Yeah. My wife loves Cloudy. I'm not a fan of Cloudy, but I like it. Like it a lot. Be curious to see what you guys think. How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It was great. I had a good Thanksgiving.
Nice.
It was nice. My dad was going to come up, but he ended up getting sick.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So he couldn't come up. So I was bummed about that. Shout out to my dad down there in North Carolina. He called me all bummed out on Wednesday. He came up with like a virus. He had like fever and shit. And it's like a 9-hour drive from where he is.
Yeah, that'd be
So,
tough.
not to mention if you got a fever, that means you're giving it to whoever's around.
Yep.
And nobody's got time for that shit.
Probably better off.
Yeah, nobody's got time for that. So I imagine he was just hanging out watching football all weekend. But Nathan came down. Obviously, we hung out, went out to King of Prussia on Black Friday, which was
A nightmare.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like the smartest thing we've done in a while. But I ordered these microphones that we're using currently 2 months ago, and they finally came in. So
They sound nice.
I had to get them. Yeah, it's a learning experience. I'm working on figuring them out. They're brand new, like fresh out the box,
Yeah.
and I like them a lot. They sound different. We talk into them different. Got to get some new mic stands probably because these things are heavy.
Yeah, I don't like being this low to the table.
Yeah, well,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But Thanksgiving Day was good though. We had a good meal. Went over to Jackie's parents' house. Had some good turkey.
Shout out John and Peg.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to them. They did a great job. Watched the Dallas Cowboys get smacked by the Buffalo Bills. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go Bills.
Yeah, good Bills. So, what about you?
I stayed at the house, but I made this dish that I just absolutely loved. I fell in love with, and Robin was like, "I can't believe how good this is." But I did like Brussels sprouts with what cheese was it? Was it Gruyere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep going to say Gouda, but it's like Gruyere.
Sounds fancy.
Brussels sprouts.
Sounds
thick
like it
cut
could be a
bacon.
hockey player.
Yeah, right. For sure.
It's Gudis.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It could be like a hockey player.
It's a Swiss Gudis.
Yeah. But man, it was so good. It was just like, if you could imagine like a Brussels sprouts gratin or something like that. It was just cheesy and so good. I love Brussels sprouts, but I just decided to try this for the first time, and it was a hit.
You know what? I forgot before I forget. Okay, because when Nathan came down on Wednesday, and shout out to CJ. CJ gave us some Sixers tickets, and we went down there. We saw them play. It was Nathan's first NBA game,
Nice.
so that was cool.
Did Embiid score at all?
He scored first.
Nice.
Yeah, he
they
put
probably
up like,
had to.
put up like 40, I think.
33.
Oh, nice.
30 some points.
33
Close to
points.
40, yeah. It was a good game. It was a good game. We got the win against the Kings. It was good. It was good. It was a nice night for it too.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm tired though. Like the holidays, like Thanksgiving, I feel like, Christmas is stressful because you got to shop. You got to shop for people.
Mm-hmm.
You're anxious about whether they're going to like it or whatever. But also it's like crowds and all that stuff. But like, I feel like Thanksgiving, you just eat. And then you just want to sleep.
Yes.
Sleep. But like Christmas afterwards, you want to sleep because it's over. Right? Like Thanksgiving, I feel like all you do is eat, drink, and sleep.
Yep. You're absolutely right. Luckily for me, I have kids that still nap, so I take advantage of that time and nap myself.
Right.
So I've been trying to stay caught up on my sleep, getting that extra rest in, especially after like all the beers and all the food.
Brett and Laura, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. We hosted. I cooked. Brett's family was there. My family was there. So we had everyone. It was good. Good day.
Shout out to her. She cooked everything.
So you guys hosted at your place.
Yes.
Nice.
Did.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura cooked it all. So it was fantastic. We made a sweet potato au gratin type thing, right?
How does that work? Like, was it mashed? Was it slices?
So slices. So thin slices of sweet potato and then like cream butter and maple syrup.
Whoa.
And some like sage. So it's kind of like folly and kind
Yeah.
of with the sweet potato. It was really good.
That sounds good. Nice.
Was it your first time hosting?
We hosted a couple years ago, but this is the first time in this house, so we had more room. We actually like sat at the dining room table and not at like a folding table in our living room.
Yeah, right.
Got you. Okay. That's very cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. What else? Jackie, what did you, I pretty much covered it for you too, right?
We did the same thing because we're married. I would say it doesn't feel like Black Friday to me because normally Nathan and I go Black Friday shopping. We didn't do that this year.
No?
Oh.
I thought you did.
I mean, we went out,
We were going to.
we went to like a couple places.
Taylor's a hater though, and he was like, "There's really no reason for you guys to go out."
I actually did not say that verbatim. I said, don't feel obligated because you're doing something different for people. Nathan's doing, like I asked Nathan, what are you trying to shop for this year? He's like,
He's trying to be the voice of reason, but you ruined it.
So, are there anything like exciting? Any Black Friday deals that you guys are really excited for or took advantage of? I'll tell you, I got a new phone, which I'm kind of excited about. It's this LG phone. But what's crazy, I don't have it yet. I had to do a mail-in rebate. I think I'm getting a free 49-inch 4K TV from LG as part of the promotion, which is crazy. And this phone comes...
how big? How big?
49-inch.
Oh.
And it comes with a second screen. So there's a case that is almost the same phone, and you slide the phone into it, and then it becomes a dual screen phone. So you can text message and watch like YouTube at the same time. There's a special browser on here, internet browser on here, so that you can do dual screen stuff.
I can't wait for all the distracted drivers
Yeah,
to use
that's
it.
what I was
Yeah, right?
thinking. I was like, and crashes.
Yeah.
So I think it's different, and it was a lot cheaper than like the Samsung phone. So I'm an Android guy, so I've actually stuck with LG for a few years now. But I get pumped for stuff like that. Sprint usually gives out good deals, so I made sure I took advantage of that.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we saw like a Sprint deal. It was like, because we're on Verizon.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, bring whatever iPhone you've got, 6 or greater, trade it in for the new 11 and, whatever. Like, I just don't, we've been with Verizon for so long now.
We also have Disney Plus for a year for free because we have Verizon. So he's
true.
talking about switching to Sprint. I'm like, who's going to pay for Disney Plus? I don't want to
Take
pay
that into
for it.
consideration.
Disney Plus is so ballin'. It's so good. The Mandalorian is so good.
Yeah, I just watched episode 4 today.
Oh, it's so good.
Baby Yoda, man.
Dude,
He's the cutest thing.
Yeah,
literally the cutest thing in television history. I can't think of anything that beats Baby Yoda as far as like being cute.
I don't.
Like, there's nobody on Sesame Street. There's nobody like he's cuter than Gizmo from Gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
Cuter
Gizmo's
than
a close second.
every cartoon character.
It is super cute. I'm trying to grasp. I think I looked at a graph of like where all the movies and stuff are on a timeline. And this is after all of the movies that we've seen, correct?
No, this is after Return of the Jedi.
Which means that Yoda's dead.
No, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yep,
Okay.
yep,
So this is not him. This is
correct.
another baby version.
Now, what is not clear is whether or not it's a clone of Yoda.
You've been reading into stuff, haven't you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
No.
The internet is dark and full of spoilers,
Yeah.
and so is the show right now. But I don't care because this is episode 4.
Yeah. If you haven't, if you don't
Yeah,
know that Baby
no.
Yoda exists, he's a fucking
Right,
meme now.
it's like literally, yeah, it's a meme. The only thing it isn't is a GIF, and that's because Disney pulled that. They like make sure that there's 0 GIFs. Of
Really?
Baby Yoda. Yeah,
Interesting.
which is weird. I don't know why. I figure like they would
'Cause
want
he's so cute.
whatever they can get.
So cute.
Because all attention is good attention. Like nobody's trashing Baby Yoda. I haven't seen one person on the internet be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Baby Yoda sucks like this. I can't believe it."
No.
Nobody has said
He's a
that.
hit.
He's a hit. There's no toys. I haven't seen. There's no toys, no stuffed animals, only T-shirts,
Guess I'm
bags.
getting nothing for Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh, I
That's all I
wanted some Baby
wanted.
Yoda. That's it.
As soon as those like plush Baby Yodas hit the shelves,
it's got to
they're
happen.
gone. There's
It's
going
gotta
to be
happen.
lines.
It's got to happen.
There's gonna be lines,
Adults
yes.
are going to be pushing kids out of the way.
Yeah. It's
Like
gonna
Jackie.
happen.
Jackie's going to be punting kids out of the way.
Get the fuck out of the way.
We're calling it now. It's going to be mayhem.
It's just
Bloodbath.
like it'd be like Black Friday all over again whenever Baby Yoda shit comes out.
They probably did it on purpose for like a matter of national security.
Well, they did it on purpose just to keep it a secret.
Yeah, I remember you saying that on the last show. But
Which how crazy is that?
is.
You know what I mean? Like you legitimately like I mean, for the most part, missed the Christmas holiday season with merchandise just to keep it a secret.
Yep.
But like my thing is like, all right, if it doesn't directly influence the movies in some sort of way, does it matter? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because there's only one movie left.
I just think Black Friday is dangerous enough that if they had Baby Yoda available also, it would have just been a national security
Because you
issue.
remember when we were kids, what was Tickle Me Elmo?
Yeah.
If there was a Tickle Me
Yes.
Baby Yoda, that would be ridiculous.
And the Cabbage Patch doll that ate everyone's hair.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to, but
We talked about it, I think it was last week. Kev asked about everybody's like favorite Christmas gifts that they got as a kid. Do you guys remember, was there a Christmas gift that you guys got, you know, growing up that just like sticks out to you?
I remember getting a CD player and getting like my first handful of CDs.
Like a Discman?
No, it was like a plug-in stereo.
Okay.
That was my first CD player, and I got Boys to Men, which was incredible, changed my life. And I remember, and I think you were there for that one too. I remember we got bikes one year. We had like matching bikes that were like orange and black, maybe. Do you remember those bikes?
I do
feel
remember
like we
that.
got bikes at the same time one Christmas. So I remember coming downstairs in Virginia. And we both got bikes that year.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. They
So-
were like orange and like black.
Yeah, they were matching bikes, but I remember being super hyped for that. Because, a lot of times, I think there's limited Christmases that I had where things were not wrapped because there were such big presents. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yep.
But those were always the most exciting when you came down and there was just shit that's so big that it's not even wrapped. So you get to see it right away and it's extra exciting.
And I used to go sneak downstairs, look around first, and then go wake up my parents. So I'd go and get the initial reaction out of the way. And
Yeah.
then my parents would be like, give us one more hour. And I'm like, an hour?
Yeah.
So I didn't know what an hour even meant at that age. But
I just remember, and I said it last week when he asked the question, but like, do you remember the G.I. Joe base that I had?
Absolutely.
The fold out one?
Yeah.
It was gangster as shit.
Yeah. It was funny when you guys were talking about it, like the little jail thing.
Yeah.
It was like refreshing my memory of
Yeah,
all this
yeah.
stuff. The Jet was probably the dopest.
Jet, I was just about to say, because like just to avoid that, since I said it last week, but the fucking G.I. Joe Jet was fucking gangster.
Yeah, for sure.
It had this joystick to pop down from the bottom, so you carry it around
hold it like a gun almost,
and
yeah.
it had a trigger on it.
Yep.
But the thing had like this projector, like a flashlight on the bottom of it that had these little slides that you could put in it. And you would shine it up against the wall, and on there would be like a crosshair with planes in it. You would pull the trigger on the stupid jet, and all these lights would come up. And then like the slide would turn, and it showed the fucking plane that you're shooting at blowing up. It's cool as shit.
Yep.
Cool as shit. I looked around our parents' house for like weeks trying to find that prior to Christmas, just to find out if they got it for me. Because I was like at the age when I knew that like Santa Claus wasn't bringing me shit. It was my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like just scouring like everywhere, like popping the attic down, like when nobody was home, trying to see like, what's up here?
I remember kind of grabbing the presents, put your finger in, and like try to feel the packaging.
Yeah, see what it is.
Can I figure it out?
Dude, I like Christmas was the best growing up. And I like now as an adult, minus kids, because we don't have kids, but it's just like Jackie and I do Christmas totally different than like I ever did growing up.
Totally different than, I'm going to say, 99% of people who celebrate Christmas.
Probably
We
correct.
give our gifts way before Christmas,
We pretty much give each other gifts
as soon as we buy them.
as soon as we buy them. It doesn't matter if it's in November. It doesn't matter if it's like the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
But even still, even if we give each other shit like prior to that, we'll still go out like a week or so before Christmas and go to like the mall, which is what we've done prior. We go to the mall, we set like a time limit for like an hour.
Time limit, money limit.
Time limit, money limit.
Nice.
And we just separate and we go and just see what we come up with.
I like that.
It
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Getting ideas.
It gets intense
It gets
because
in- yeah.
the Exton Mall has nothing.
We got to go to King of Prussia from now on.
That sounds
Need
like fun,
a
though.
longer time limit.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it gets intense too because we'll like randomly see each other, especially like if we go to
He
Exton.
fucked
Yeah.
with me hard the one
Yeah.
So like I finished what I was doing in like 10 minutes. Like I found one thing that filled the price
Yep.
and it was nice. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then like so I just like cruised around the mall and like tried to like spy on her.
I was like in Spencer's, like trying to find some random shit, and he's kept bumping into me. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, it's you.
See,
I'm like, not focused.
all this sounds cool and everything, but we usually exchange gifts on the car ride home.
No. We at least get home first.
That's funny.
Sometimes.
It was way before kids, but Robin and I actually stopped getting each other gifts for Christmas. We'll just give each other stocking stuffers. So we just always had like, we get each other a couple little things like that we can fit in there. And then,
Like underwear,
yeah,
socks.
yeah, just simple stuff like that. Candies. She got me like these little games that are like brain teaser games, like weird puzzles and shit.
Yeah, no, I've definitely tried those at your house.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, they're hard. So those are fun. So we do like little things like that. And then we just always had more fun, I guess, getting gifts for other people. But now that we have kids, Maddie's 5, we get super excited to get up. I'm super excited to get up in the morning just to see their reaction and stuff. I'm sure it'll get more difficult when they're older and we're older and we want to stay in bed. But now it's a lot of fun.
Let me talk about a couple of these news stories. I'm going to save the Grammy nominations for my point, so we have a little bit more time to go through some of that. Even though I'm glad Jackie and I'm glad you guys are here. I don't know how well versed you guys are in newer music, but I have a feeling that I only know a handful of these groups that are nominated this year.
Lizzo all day.
Yeah, all day. Apparently, she's everywhere. She's everywhere. But this story I just found. Again, shout out to Kat, our social media guru. This article comes from Reason.com. The title: West Virginia inmates will be charged by the minute to read e-books on tablets. Inmates at several West Virginia prisons are getting free electronic tablets to read books, send emails, and communicate with their families. But there's a catch. That all sounds pretty cool. Any inmate looking to read Moby Dick may find that it will cost them far more than it would if they had simply gotten a mass market paperback, because the tablets charge readers by the minute. Under a 2019 contract between West Virginia Division of Corrections and Rehabilitations and Global Tel Link, the company that is providing electronic multimedia tablets to 10 West Virginia prisons. Inmates will be charged 3 cents a minute to read books, even though the books all come from Project Gutenberg, a free online library of more than 60,000 texts in public domain. So you're charging these guys 3 cents a minute to read books that are straight up free.
If it's me, I'm going to rack up a lot of money because I don't read good. It's going to take a while to get through it.
Absolutely.
It would cost me a lot of money to get through a book.
But I like, is there still a library on site? Like, I'm sure that, I'm curious, did they just get rid of all the books and then, offer these tablets instead? Because that's kind of a scam.
What does this money go towards?
But it's different though. Because it can do email, they can communicate with stuff. Like, I don't see a problem with that. But for them to try to better themselves and read and things like that, and to take advantage of it to make money, I don't think is fair. But if they can still go to the library and find a good amount of books and read a paperback for free, hopefully they can do that. I don't know.
And how are they paying for it?
According to the contract detailed by the Appalachian Prison Books Project, using the tablets will cost 5 cents per minute, currently discounted to 3 cents, to read books, listen to music, or play games. 25 cents per minute for video visitations. So video visitations with family members. So you can like Skype with people, but it's 25 cents per minute. 25 cents per written message, and 50 to send a photo with a message.
Yikes.
That's fair to me.
But
I'm the
that
only
stuff
one
makes
picturing a
sense,
bad
but it's the
picture.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick pics.
But they pay these inmates like $4 like a day for like labor though too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like if you look at it like that, this is that's tough because like when I'm reading this deal, I'm thinking about my Nokia 3360 phone plan that I had in like 10th grade.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like 25 cents to send a text message, and like how mad was mom and dad at the end of the month when like we were texting our girlfriends left and right and just, you know what I mean? Like total disregard for our minutes and our
for sure.
allotted messages. So like I can't imagine being essentially a single parent, raising somebody while your spouse is in jail and you get the bill at the end of the month for like, what do you mean? Because where is this money coming from? It's coming from either the labor that they're doing or
from family
commissary
members or something on the
type
outside,
situation. So I don't know. It's be interesting to see like if this is quote unquote successful or where they go from here.
It just sounds like a fancy holiday. Like, I mean, they're in prison for a reason, right?
Well, right. I know. I agree. No, but
They almost have the same rights as we do, and we're not doing anything illegal.
That's a good point because part of me is like, it's weird to think that somebody's charging pretty much for Wi-Fi and things like that, especially if it's a free library of books and things that they have access to. So that's kind of strange because it's like, dude, you can go to Starbucks or even Wawa has Wi-Fi now.
Right.
But you're right. They're prisoners. They're being punished. That maybe they shouldn't have access to everything like that.
No, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I'd be curious to see what happens with it. The next story I have, speaking of Nokia 3360s, the Motorola Razr is back. Before the advent of the iPhone, it was the Motorola Razr that ruled the day.
I had one. Shit was
I remember that. During its peak between 2004 and 2007, more than 130 million units were sold, a record for flip phones that still stands today. Now, more than a decade later, Motorola is bringing back the Razr with new noteworthy changes. Most notably, the new Razr is now a foldable smartphone. However, whereas other foldable phones expand and become a tablet, the Razr folds down to fit inside your pants pocket because, it's a flip phone.
Bullshit.
My phone fits in my pocket now.
Right. This design
Does not fit in women's pockets.
This design does provide some downsides, though, as the phone utilizes a slower processing chip and a 16-megapixel camera to optimize better battery life and reduce overheating. It runs Android 9 Pie as its operating system. The Razr comes packaged in a box that doubles as an amplified speaker stand and also includes wireless earbuds. It will be available exclusively through Verizon beginning January. It's $1,500 and relatively steep by 2019 smartphone standards. But remember, it's a flip smartphone.
Yeah, most iPhones and Android devices are somewhere between $700 and $1,000. So $1,500 seems like a lot.
So my thing with this is that I think it was Motorola. I know it was an Android phone, but they had a phone recently that like flipped open. I think it flipped like side to side though, and it had that foldable screen.
Samsung had one that failed.
Right.
I think the first time they put it out, the screens were just breaking left and right.
And that's essentially what this is. So
Yeah.
it looks just like the old Motorola Razr.
It does, but when he flips it closed, there's still a display on the outside that you can kind of see things and do whatever. And it's much smaller. It's literally like half of a phone when it's closed.
But
So that's
instead
the
of
benefit, is just that it flips and closes and it's small.
yeah, I think. And then when you flip it open,
it looks like
becomes-
this. It looks like a regular
yeah,
smartphone.
it's the size
It's
of a
like
smartphone.
like a sidekick. Isn't that thing like flip open? Like that?
Yeah, kind of. But this, instead of like, whereas the Motorola Razr, when you used to flip it open, you would have the numbers and then the top half would be the screen. The whole thing is a screen on the inside when you flip it. So by the end of it, the end result looks like a normal Samsung or Verizon phone. My question is I'm anxious to see the integrity of this screen. Because part of the appeal back in the day of owning a flip phone was flipping it. Right? Flip it open. Hello.
Yeah.
Bye. Click.
It's not as
Flip.
gratifying to hang up on someone by
Yes.
pressing the little
No.
button and it makes no
Totally.
noise.
Yeah, there's no noise. None. Just call is over. Boop. That's all the noise. That's the only noise you
Push
get.
on the screen real hard.
Aggressively hitting your screen.
You're going to hear people flip this shit.
Yeah.
You know, click.
Yep.
And then shatter.
You're right. There was something satisfying about being able to, slam a phone shut.
Landlines, man.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah. Bye.
They probably think you just slapped somehow. Okay, bitch.
Fuck you, bitch.
But like, so with that being said, like if you're flipping this thing, certainly flipping it closed, a few times a day. Because think about how often do you use your phone to watch videos, to check social media, whatever.
All day.
So now you're going to be flipping this thing open.
All day.
You're going to be flipping this thing open and closed all day, every day.
I just don't see how it works. I haven't seen one yet, or
Yeah,
or
I
seen
need
a
a
screen.
visual.
I can't imagine how it's going to hold up all that well.
No.
But
Poorly.
we will see.
For $1,500, this thing better.
You think it's going to be the number one flip phone in 2020?
The number one
only
flip
one.
phone?
Might be the only flip phone.
I mean, like, yeah.
Maybe that's why it's so
Number one
expensive.
phone?
Yeah.
They're like, we need to make an extra $500 a phone because we're not going to sell that many. So,
Right.
But it's only a limited release, though.
yeah, well,
So you're not going to have millions of phones going out there. It's only
That's what gets people
200,000
lined
units.
up.
we know about that with the beer industry, man. You keep it limited.
Oh, yeah.
You keep it
I'll pay more
Keep
for
it
limited,
difficult to
even if it
get.
sucks.
Right.
and they line up for it.
So like next
They pay
year
more for
or
it.
like next quarter, they'll have the Moto Razr 2 that'll be, bigger, better. The screen lasts longer, whatever. Because like I said, there's gonna be issues with this. There has to be. I mean, anything new always sucks.
Yeah.
Especially technology wise.
Tesla truck.
Tesla truck for one. Which there's a little update in that. So I guess it was it on Thanksgiving that he posted the video on Twitter of a Tesla truck pulling a Ford F-150 backwards up a hill. Basically, it was like they had it set up to be like a tug of war, and the Tesla truck just like straight up smacked a Ford F-150 and just pulled it right up this hill. But then somebody that works for Ford pointed out in a comment to Elon Musk that only the back wheels of the Ford F-150 were spinning, which means that they were pulling it while it was in rear wheel drive, which is corny as shit when you're trying to test the truck for the world to see on Twitter. So, I know that they kind of went back and forth, Elon Musk and whoever this guy was that commented about it. So I would assume that they're going to have some sort of battle of some kind, and I kind of want to see what happens there because I don't know. I keep seeing. So, John, you were telling us about the Tesla truck before we knew that it looked like an Atari video game.
Yeah, before we actually knew what it was,
Right.
what it was going to look like.
And
I
you
was
were-
excited for
You
it.
were saying that people were making different concept, art for it. And since they released the actual image of the truck, other artists have been making very creative things with it. Like they've been putting it into video games. They've been making different editions of it, different paint jobs on it. And I don't know. The more I see that stuff, the more I kind of like it. Like I could dig it. Maybe it's the fact that it's in that like just chrome
one color
finish.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was black or red,
Dude, if it was murdered out black, it would look like the Batmobile.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Batman all the way.
For real.
Looks like a Nintendo 64 like racing game called.
One of the things I saw was somebody put it in Halo instead of a Warthog.
Right.
That's
So it looks like it belongs.
Dude, it looked like it was straight out of the game. It looked like it was straight out of the game. But then I saw something where they made it look like I don't know if there's any anime fans here, but the Akira movie. They made it look like the guy's motorcycle, the red with like a bunch of stickers on it, looked super dope. Like it kind of had some graffiti on it a little bit. And then I saw like a really like neon, like souped up version for the Cyberpunk game that's coming out soon, next year or something. So, I mean, like there's people that are taking some liberties with it and it looks pretty neat what they're doing with it. So
For me, it was kind of like Gritty. The first look at it, I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it in motion, moving on the track, I was like, this thing looks really badass.
yeah.
So I think I did stall on it for a minute because I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before, so I don't know how to react to it. Where I want to like it, it looks cool, it looks different, but it's just strange.
One thing to me that looks great, like better than good, is the interior.
Oh yeah.
I love the interior. I love the roof.
I love the bed of the truck.
I think it looks cool.
The bed of the truck is really neat. How it how the thing kind of like almost like a garage door goes up into itself to open up the back, and then the way the what do you call it, the tailgate comes down and becomes a ramp. And then Nathan was telling me, I didn't realize that they're selling that that four-wheeler also, the electric four-wheeler for like an extra what, $1,000 or $10,000? I think it was $10,000.
$5,000, I think.
Yeah,
10
something
grand.
like that. So that's like an extra option.
I would like it if it didn't look like a Pokemon from Nintendo 64.
Yes, I do have a little bit of an update to this story. I thought this is what I had seen earlier. I heard about the F-150 thing. Ford's not happy about it, like you just said.
Yeah.
But Tesla put out another video of them up against a F450 Super Duty diesel. So that one's four-wheel drive, super dope engine. Tesla still beat that one.
Did it pull it up the hill?
A lot. I don't know. They were tugging against each other like a tug of war. And it said it was like a lot more difficult where they kind of like stalled for a minute. And then the Tesla started to take over and then really started pulling it away.
Okay.
So it seems to be a little bit more legit. I haven't, but that's the one I saw today and was surprised because, I mean, that's like a big fucking heavy duty truck,
Yeah.
you know?
I think you'd have more grip if you were going uphill. Like, I think it plays to your advantage of a truck. You're going uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because as you're getting pulled back, it would kind of like put your back wheels down.
Yeah.
sure. Another thing, I don't know if you guys touched on it on the show last week, but Elon Musk is going to send this truck to Mars. They're going to make a pressurized version, and this is what's
Why?
going to be
Why not? He's Elon Musk.
the on Mars vehicle. This is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to use to drive around on the surface. This is the lunar module.
Wow.
So he said right off the bat, he's like, it looks like this, and we're designing it like this because it's going to be on the surface of Mars.
What
driving
happened
around.
to the other car they sent
Wait,
to space?
he made it look like Laura Croft from PlayStation 1's left tit because he wants it to be on Mars.
Yeah. Well, no,
silly.
it's just the way the metal is,
Silly.
all that stuff.
It's all silly.
Why it's rugged. You never know when you're going to get hit with giant metal balls that are going to break the windows, but they didn't go through.
Right. So stupid. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got more Might Be News after this.
Hey, it's Jackie from Relatable Radio. I want to talk to you guys about Eunomia CBD. This stuff is great, and it helps with my stress and my aches and pains. I've tried everything I can get my hands on, from the gummies, pills, droppers, drink enhancers, and they're all fantastic, and they work. Holidays are coming up. Give the gift of Eunomia CBD. It's 100% THC-free, nano-amplified, and third-party lab tested. You can find them at eunomiacbd.com. That's EUNOMIACBD.com. Use promo code MBN and you'll get 20% off, plus free shipping, plus free stuff. They're giving exclusive stuff just to the MBN listeners. So what do you have to lose? Go to eunomiacbd.com today. Must be 18 or older to purchase.
So you've been listening to the Might Be News Network, but you still can't get enough each week? Become our patron on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/MBN Network to become a patron and get exclusive content now. For as little as $5 per month, you'll get access to extended episodes of all your favorite shows, as well as perks including MBN merch and monthly giveaways. Just want to support the network? Become a patron for as much or as little as you'd like. Get bonus content each week and head to patreon.com/MBN Network. Your contributions help us make this network bigger and better than ever before. Patreon.com/MBN Network.
Welcome back to Might Be News. Week 28. You know what that means? There's only 2 episodes, 2 weeks left after this.
Whoop, whoop.
Until
this
what?
week.
The
Wow.
dumbass break?
Till the season finale. Yeah, so the dumbass break. Fucking
A very necessary break.
very necessary break.
Or you can start being a little healthier, like you were saying.
Yeah, I'll work on that a little bit.
Yeah,
We'll
stop
see.
drinking.
Taylor
every
gets
other
his
week.
weeknights back.
Yeah, Jackie gets
I get my husband
Taylor
back.
Your dining room
she gets
table
Taylor
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can start putting all our mail here.
Yep.
The fish get their filter back.
Yeah, the
Yes.
bitch get the filter back.
Turn the heater on when you have guests.
Now we hear you
That'd
have
be
to turn
nice.
your refrigerator off.
There's Beast. He's on
yeah.
the front of the house. Well, he's going to the side of the house.
Yeah, we
He's
could
our
see him.
algae eater.
plug the fridge back in. Everything's
The
good.
things you guys sacrifice for the quality of the show. It's amazing.
No, dude. By the time that the season's over, the main 3 shows, news, relatable, and sports, will have done 30 episodes apiece this season,
Wow.
and
Damn.
you guys will have done
Half that.
half that.
Catch up.
But that's what I mean. That's why, yeah.
I hear you though, man. I don't know how I would feel if I was doing a weekly episode. I mean, it's hard enough to pull off an every other week.
The cool thing is that during breaks, we typically do something to make everything better, which we're going to do a complete overhaul on the website while we're on break. We're going to do a complete overhaul on our studio situation. We're going to be preparing to film everything for season 3. We're going to be getting ready for more game show, the wild card game show, which we're very excited about.
I'm excited for that.
So yeah, we need the break in order to
you're right.
expand. In order to expand,
I'll allow it.
Shut up, John.
I have spoken. That's a Mandalorian reference. If you haven't watched Mandalorian,
I
gotta
got
watch
it.
it. Do you know who plays that guy?
The I've spoken guy?
Yeah,
No.
Nick Nolte.
No shit.
Yeah,
I saw that he was on like the credits, and I was like,
yeah,
where?
Yeah, it's Nick
Now,
Nolte.
go back and listen. You'll hear his voice.
Go back and watch it, and you
Yeah.
realize that his face looks like him a little bit.
Yeah. Now that you said that, I was
yeah,
like, yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, but do you
I
know who he's
smoke.
doing? Do you know he's playing the Mandalorian?
yeah. Oberon from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
I don't know his name.
I don't know if that's his name, Oberon.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, it's Pedro.
That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
You
You
guys
think we're gonna see his face though? Is he gonna have a weird mustache?
in episode 4, I thought we were going to see his face for a second, but yeah, no. If you didn't see it in episode 4, I don't think you're going to see it.
They're hinting towards it a lot. I think it's gonna happen. They're foreshadowing. It's a literary term.
He's just trying to sound smart.
I'm gonna drink some more
Learn
beer.
that in jail?
So cultured, yeah. What beer did we drink first?
That was Tickle Parts from Levante.
It's really good. We didn't talk about it.
Sorry,
They don't
this
piss.
isn't Bruce.
They don't pass.
That's another podcast.
It's true. It's true. What you guys have?
I think one more episode. I don't know what you're gonna say actually.
I think you only do have one more. You had one last week, right?
Yeah, we had one on Thanksgiving,
On Thanksgiving.
which means I should be recording this Thursday for next week, and I don't have anybody lined up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you only have one episode left.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe it's really happening. Let's do what's the point? What's the point? Is there a point to this? What is your point?
Are you just gonna sit there and look stupid?
All right. My point this week is the 2020 Grammy Award nominees. And while we do that, we're having another beer. What is this?
This is 80 from Treehouse Brewing.
This is
Not a
great.
I think this is Curiosity is the
That's what it looks like on Untapped.
yeah.
I was gonna ask.
So
fan.
there's like
Definitely
a
killed the cat.
Curiosity, I guess, is their what would you call that, experimental series, one of them. So they just try different combinations of things and they number them differently. So this is number 80. I have number 81 at home also. But I think when I had them back to back, I liked 80 more.
It smells like the first beer, if I'm remembering correctly, but it does not taste like that first beer.
This is incredible.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
It's pretty good.
No.
It's pretty decent.
That's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog. That's
That's what Jackie's saying.
I feel like it's very like oatmeal-y.
Yeah.
It's like
I get that.
Oatmeal-y.
Oat,
Thank you.
oat softened.
I was like, are you trying to say oatmeal? Like,
With an L-Y.
I love oatmeal.
I like
This does
eating
not taste like oatmeal.
Hey.
You don't want to drink your oatmeal?
No.
And extra water.
Yeah.
Nominees for the 2020 Grammy Awards have been revealed. Now in its 62nd year, the annual ceremony recognizes the best albums, songs, and artists of the eligibility period. That's from October 1st, 2018 to August 31st, 2019. Which I didn't know that.
That's interesting. I thought it'd be
kn-
January to January.
Yeah, I never knew what the eligibility date was for because I wondered why people that came out with albums this time of year never made the cut,
Right.
which is kind of wild. The 2020 Grammy Awards take place on Sunday, January 26th at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Alicia Keys will serve as the evening's host, and the broadcast will be live on CBS. Lizzo leads the way with a total of 8 nominations, followed by Billie Eilish and Lil Nas X.
Eilish? Is that how you say it?
Billie Eilish.
That was
Eilish.
Eilish.
Eilish, Billie Eyelash,
Duh.
and Lil Nas X, each of whom received 6 nominations.
Killing it.
Ariana Grande, Beyonce, J. Cole, and Tom York also nominated for multiple Grammys.
What's Tom York doing these days?
Making slow music as always. Album of the Year nominees is a battle of pop stars and indie rock royalty with Eilish, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, and Lizzo's 'Cause I Love You are in contention right alongside Vampire Weekend's Father of the Bride, Bon Iver's I, and Lana Del Rey's Norman fucking Rockwell. Let's see. Let's get down here to some of the nominations. These are all just okay. Album of the Year: Bon Iver, I, Lana Del Rey, Norman fucking Rockwell, Billie Eilish, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, Ariana Grande, Thank You Next, Her, I Used to Know Her, Lil Nas X, 7, Lizzo, 'Cause I Love You, Vampire Weekend, Father of the Bride. I know Bon Iver because of one song, none of which are on this album. I listened to the Lana Del Rey album. It's decent. I like Lana Del Rey. It's not like my favorite album of hers because it's all piano. There's no real like beats, but it's cool. Billie Eilish,
Yes.
I like.
Her album's great.
Her album's
You
great.
like it?
I like it. Yeah.
I like the songs that I've heard of her so far.
The cover of her album freaks me out because it's got like the white.
The demon eyes.
It's just
yeah.
white eyes. That's it. There's no pupils.
Yeah, I like her stuff.
Yeah.
It's very different. And what was crazy is I saw a clip of her doing Bad Guy, like at a giant music festival, and the whole fucking place is singing every word of her song back to her.
Yeah.
It was just so nuts to see.
Her brother is like the main producer, I think.
I think so.
Like, or percussionist, I think, or I don't know.
I think he's on stage.
He's
playing
involved
bass.
in her beats. I know that,
It's like the two of them on stage, I
which
think.
is
That's
cool.
it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Every song of hers I don't like, and then 2 weeks later, like, love it, singing along.
Really?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I
know
don't like
exactly
them
what you
at
mean.
first, and then a couple weeks after hearing it a few times,
I feel that
do it.
way about the Lizzo songs that I've heard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll hear Lizzo and I'm just like, yeah, not for me. And then I'll hear it in a commercial and I'm just like, okay, yeah,
They're-
I like it.
then you're
They're
singing
killing
along.
all
Yeah.
her, they're killing all of her songs on the radio though. They play
Yes.
Way too much.
like way too much. But What I like is when people do parodies of songs.
Right.
So like, why food great till you gotta lose weight?
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then there's people like, Lizzo would never say that. I'm like, you're not even friends with her. You don't know her.
That's funny.
So on to the next nominations. I don't know what the difference between Record of the Year and Song of the Year are, but for Record of the Year, Bon Iver, Hey Ma, Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, Ariana Grande, Seven Rings, Her, Hard Place, Khalid, Talk, Lil Nas X, Old Town Road, Lizzo, Truth Hurts, Post Malone featuring Swale, Sunflower.
I like that song. I've been trying to get into a little Post Malone lately. I like that song. I love the song Circles. It's like one of his newer ones on the radio. Mm-hmm. I like that one a lot.
That Sunflower song is from
Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack,
Yeah.
which is a phenomenal soundtrack.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to see if I can read this correctly. So, simply put, Record of the Year deals with a specific recording of a song and recognizes the artists, producers, and engineers who contribute to that recording, while Song of the Year deals with the composition of the song and recognizes the songwriters who wrote the song.
Okay.
Sounds like the same thing.
There's way more people involved in Record of the Year.
Sure.
Okay.
Than just basically the lyrics, if you think about it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I get it. So, Khalid, Talk. That song is fire.
Yeah, I like that song.
That's really.
I like Khalid a lot.
I don't know. That's the only song I know. I should probably
His
do
first
some
album was
research.
great. I liked his first album a lot.
I missed the songs because I was Googling.
Bon Iver, Hey Ma, Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, Ariana Grande, Seven Rings, Her, Hard Place. I don't know her.
Me either.
Khalid, Talk, Lil Nas X, Old Town Road, Lizzo, Truth Hurts, Post Malone, Sunflower.
Damn.
To me, it's between Truth Hurts and Sunflower
Yeah.
Ariana Grande.
and Bad Guy. Yeah.
I don't know if Ariana Grande is going to win that one. I mean, it's a good song, but everybody was singing along to Lizzo.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really care about her music.
And I feel like the Lil Nas X was just like,
Oh my
song
God,
of the summer, like
please.
doesn't deserve a Grammy.
Oh my God, that song sucks. Sucks.
Song of the Year, Lady Gaga, Always Remember Us This Way. Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. Brandy Carly, Bring My Flowers Now. Her, Hard Place. Taylor Swift, Lover. Lana Del Rey, Norman fucking Rockwell. Louis Capaldi, Someone You Loved. Lizzo, Truth Hurts. I only know a couple of those songs. Best New Artist, Black Pumas, Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X, Lizzo, Maggie Rogers, Rosalia, Tank and the Bangers, Yola.
I absolutely love Maggie Rogers.
Say Maggie Rogers gets that one.
I'm a giant fan.
Is Maggie Rogers the Pharrell girl?
Yes.
Okay.
I love her album. It's just
You introduced
start
us
to
to her,
finish.
and I'll like randomly just put my like Apple Music on shuffle,
Yeah.
and then like I'll hear a song, and I'm like, fuck it, I just want to listen to Maggie Rogers. right
yeah.
now.
Yep.
She's great.
I love it.
I think Lizzo gets that.
I think Lizzo can get all the other ones.
Honestly, though, Billie Eilish could still win that.
Yeah.
She's a lot of people really like her stuff. So
I don't feel like I have my finger on the pulse of these things anymore. So I really couldn't tell you what's going to happen. You never know. Like, remember when Beck wasn't on the radio, and he came out with an album and he won all this shit just because he's Beck.
who votes on these?
I don't know, not me.
The Academy.
Nobody asked me. Yeah, I'd like to
Who's
thank the
part
Academy.
of the Academy here?
I'm skipping over all the dance and electronic stuff. Best rock song, Tool, Fear Inoculum.
Yes, that's the new Tool album. That's the song. That's the name. That's also the title track. Yeah, but it sounds like Tool. I was like super excited for it. None of the songs blow your mind like Sober or 46 and 2, but it's good Tool music.
I heard it was underwhelming.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Don't tell the Grammys.
Good Tool music, but it's underwhelming.
Don't let John vote.
Like, look, it's
Well, that's the first song. So the 1975 "Give Yourself a Try," which I've never heard.
I like that band, 1975.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Vampire Weekend, Harmony Hall, Brittany Howard, History Repeats, Gary Clark Jr., This Land, which I've never heard, but I like Gary Clark Jr.
Like, I don't know half of them.
Best rock album. Bring Me the Horizon. Ammo. Cage the Elephant. Social Cues. The Cranberries in the End. I Prevail. Trauma. River Sons. Feral Roots. Do you know any of these bands, John?
No.
I feel like I need
Cage
to
the
listen to more
Elephant.
music.
Yeah, I know Cage the
Yeah,
Elephant.
Cage the Elephant, yeah. Best alternative music album. Big Thief. UFOF. I was like looking up the best music of 2019, and that came up a bunch of times. So I'm
Okay.
planning on checking that out. James Blake, Assume Form, Bon Iver, I, Vampire Weekend, Father of the Bride, Tom York, Anima. I'm curious what the Tom York album sounds like.
Yeah,
I'm curious what Vampire Weekend stuff sounds like because I feel like I haven't heard much from them
in a long time.
in years.
Yeah.
In
But
fact,
I think I like their stuff.
I randomly heard their band name and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that I like this song.
Yeah.
Unbelievers.
Uh-huh.
I was like jamming out the other day, trying to introduce my nieces to some like I played Spice Girls for them, and they like looked at me like I was crazy because they're judging me.
No,
They're also
no.
like 10, 9, and almost 5.
I'll tell you what, for some reason it popped into my head, and I played Peaches by the Presidents of the United States of America for the girls, and they absolutely loved it. It's so funny. You don't realize it at the time, but the kids just think it's the funniest song ever.
It took me a while to appreciate that song.
It's a good one.
Best R&B performance. I wouldn't normally read this one, but I have a favorite in this, so I will. Daniel Caesar featuring Brandy, Love Again is not my favorite. Her by Bryson Tiller could have been. Lizzo featuring Gucci Mane, Exactly How I Feel. Lucky Day, Roll Samo. And my favorite, Anderson .Paak featuring Andre 3000, Come Home. That's got to win. It's got to win. I haven't seen the performance, but it's a great song, so therefore has to win. Best R&B song, Her featuring Bryson Tiller could have been. Emily King, Look at Me Now. Chris Brown featuring Drake, No Guidance. Lucky Day, Roll Samo. PJ Morton, Say So. Does anybody here dig R&B to this
I
level?
feel like you're reading in a different language.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like I don't know who most of these people are.
Did I hear Chris Brown?
Yeah, how does he still
Yeah.
allowed to like win awards and make money?
That's the...
Great question, John.
I think he just had a second kid. That's the latest I've heard on Chris Brown.
Beat him up.
Best rap album. This one's going to be pretty good. J. Cole featuring Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers 3, which was very good. Meek Mill, Championships, was very good. Tyler, the Creator, Igor, fantastic. 21 Savage, I Am, I Was, I have no idea why this dude's on this list. And YBN Cordae, The Lost Boy, which I listened to for probably 3 weeks straight when it came out.
He's not. Why wasn't he listed as a new artist?
I don't know. He should be.
I think I saw him on an Anderson .Paak performance on like
my
the Late
God.
Show or something. I was
That
like, this
song-
guy is good.
That's
song is
off his
fire.
album.
Yeah, all
It's
right.
on- yeah.
I'm into
R&P
it.
is the name of it. Very good.
That was a good performance.
It's really good. We don't need to go through the rest of all these because we need to move on. But the Grammy Awards, I'm interested. I have a couple people in there that I want to see. Anderson .Paak's up for 2 awards, and YBN Cordae is up for 2 awards. I want to see them both win. Lizzo and Billie Eilish can win the rest.
There you go. I'm good with that.
John, what do you got?
So, very interesting thing. There's a new gold rush happening in the world, and it's a very interesting. It was thought provoking to me when I heard about it. I was like, "Holy shit!" I can't even. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. But what it is there's currently a race to acquire ground under the sea to mine it. So obviously everybody's got smartphones, all these electronics. There's minerals and things like I think cobalt. I'm looking at Brett like he would know because he's the smartest guy that I know. Usually he's. I don't know.
I don't know that one. That one.
So I think cobalt's one of the minerals or deposits that's on the seafloor that they just, I guess, found there's a lot of, especially in one section of the Pacific. And so these people, these companies and certain countries even are fighting over getting rights to this land, putting these robots that go way down to the floors to mine them and bring the minerals up. However, because it's happening so fast, nobody's really taking the time to consider what it's going to do to sea life you're stirring up all this.
Humans have ruined enough.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Let's
another
leave
thing.
the
Like
oceans alone. Maybe go clean up the oceans instead of trying to mine them.
yeah, exactly. So it's really crazy that there's a lot of money to be made, and everybody's going crazy for it, and kind of getting it done before they have a chance to make laws and protect certain things. And the argument is from the mining companies that we're only doing like a small percentage of the ocean. So it's not like there's 100% of the ocean. We're only going to be mining 2% of it. I don't know if that's really a good argument or not, but I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. It's one of those things you never really thought about. And now it's becoming like a really big deal because all these companies and countries are fighting over being able to do it and mine it. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I didn't really realize that that was possible.
It is a crazy thing to think about because, like, obviously the further down you go, the greater the pressure is. I mean, you look at like offshore drilling and things of that nature and how dangerous that can be and harmful it could be. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're not mining for the same thing here, which could blow up and cause crazy. Well, I guess I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that this is how. What is that movie with the kaijus? Pacific Rim.
Pacific
I'm
Rim.
pretty sure this is how they found the kaijus and got access to them.
They're going to
mine.
dig up Godzilla.
Yes, some crazy shit's going to happen.
My brother always called that Pacific Rim Job, so it's really hard for me just to remember the actual title.
I'm pretty sure this is going to lead to that, but we'll see. But yeah, it's crazy. So the way that they have to do it because the pressure's so high, they're building these like million, maybe even $1 billion robots that they send down to the ocean floor. They're digging up the ground, separating it down there, and then they're somehow pumping it back up to a ship that it's connected to, all the minerals and things like that. But it's a crazy process. I don't know. It's just nuts. And it's crazy because they're actually treating it like a gold rush. Everybody's going crazy for it.
Yeah.
And the U.S. is like not involved whatsoever. They're not doing anything with it. Which I also found interesting that they're just not, they don't see it as valuable yet, but the whole rest of the world is trying to
jump in.
Yep. And they're going to, I forget I think almost all of the cobalt and things that are used for cell phones come out of like mines in Africa.
Right.
And, and that's pretty much it. And the way that everything's progressing, that they're going to end up running out of it. So they need to find more of it to continue to make these products or find a new way to make them. So it has to be done to keep up with the demand. And, they found the deposits. It's just a matter of how much damage is it going to do and how many kaijus are going to come because they're digging up the ground.
They're definitely going to, like, if it's not kaijus, it's going to be something very negative.
Yes.
Like some deep, like, sea creature.
Yeah, there's going to be a massive creature that's going to kill us all, or they're going to move like
a
the tectonic
megalodon's
plates.
going to come back or something. I don't know.
They're going to move the tectonic plates, and Elon Musk is going to have to go down there and fix it.
We'll find some like
Put a Tesla truck down there.
dope like gateway to another dimension or something.
Yeah, right?
It'd be pretty cool. Speaking of that, just off topic, the new HBO show, His Dark Materials. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I saw a clip of it this morning on my Fire Stick.
Very interesting. There's just like there's like a dimension, like I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's like this crack in reality, and one guy knows about it, and he can kind of go back and forth. And on one side, it's our reality, and on the other side, it's like kind of looks like a period piece. Like there's Zeppelins flying around, and like it looks kind of old fashioned. But everybody has these like weird little animals that follow them around, and they're connected to them. And when they're young, they can change into different animals until they reach a certain point, and they choose what animal they want to be for the rest of its existence. But the animals are like connected to the people to where like if you hurt this animal, you hurt that person. Like one girl, she has like a butterfly. Her demon is what they're called. It's a butterfly, and this guy catches it and smashes it, and she dies.
Oh, wow.
Like the girl does. It's pretty interesting. It's good. It's good. There's like 4 episodes out, and it's good. It's good. I do not like it more than I like Watchmen, though. It's true.
I got to catch up on that. You know what kind of freaks me out about Star Wars is that it's somehow like in the future, but also very like primitive at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they have the technology to fly through space,
Wow.
but he doesn't have an alarm that lets him know that somebody's breaking into his ship and stealing all the parts off of it.
Isn't it a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's not in the future at all?
Well, if it's not in the future, they have futuristic technologies. That's all I'm getting at. It's
No, no,
It's a
I-
different
you know what I
galaxy.
Let's do
Sorry, Jackie.
Ah, Jackie. Let's do a late review. I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
why
about
didn't I know about this sooner?
Hang up and try again.
My late review isn't very late at all, actually. I'm reviewing The Irishman. It just came out on Netflix. I think it came out on Thanksgiving. Came out Thursday.
I think you're right.
The Irishman, or as titled on screen, I Heard You Paint Houses, is a 2019 American epic crime film directed and produced by Martin Scorsese and written by Steven Zaleman. Based on a 2004 book, I Heard You Paint Houses, by Charles Brandt. It stars Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, with Ray Romano, Bobby Cannavale, Anna Paquin, Stephen Graham, Harvey Keitel, among a lot of others in supporting roles. The film follows Frank Sheeran, played by De Niro, a truck driver who becomes a hitman and gets involved with mobster Russell Buffalino, that's Joe Pesci, and his crime family, including his time working for the powerful teamster Jimmy Hoffa, played by Al Pacino. So, you don't like this beer?
This is a no. This is a hell no. Ugh, get this thing away from me. Oh my God. As soon as I poured it, I was like, ugh.
Which one is this?
From AleSmith Brewing, Decadence, a 2014 anniversary ale.
I'd rather eat that fucking 95% cocoa chocolate.
Wheat wine ale aged in bourbon barrels. 10%.
Gross.
Shit's delicious.
It's
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog.
yeah.
I like that a lot. It's somehow, I love the barrel
Here,
that's
take the
coming
rest
through,
of this.
but
Here. Boop.
it's got a lot of mouthfeel like a stout does, but it's not. But I like it.
Yeah, it tastes like a stout to me.
Yeah.
Probably
But I
why I
love it.
hate it.
That's probably why I hate it.
It's like sweet bourbon. That's
The Irishman was good.
Long as shit, right?
It's 3.5 hours.
Brett's going directly to sleep. Not a chance.
I napped most of it.
So one thing I can say is that it's a Scorsese film. It's a great gangster movie. It's in the Goodfellas casino wheelhouse. It's right there. The super funny, mobster lingo that these guys have back and forth. Just how goofy and still gangster some of these guys were. It is quite possibly Robert De Niro's best film ever.
Really?
His performance was just so good. And what's weird about it, they did this in Black Mass with Johnny Depp. They gave him blue eyes, which was weird to me. Robert De Niro had blue eyes in this movie, and it was weird to me.
That is weird.
And it caught me off guard, like seeing it.
What's the time period?
The 70s.
Okay, I thought it was
Because
a little bit more
Hoffa disappeared in 75, 76, something like that. And so it takes place certainly like leading up to that. And then some after Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. And so we watched the movie. I did fall asleep, so I had to finish it today. It's hard. Like, I'm going to take points away for it being 3.5 hours. I have to. To me, that's unnecessary. Like, if you want to make people fall asleep, tell them to go read the book that it's based on. I mean,
that
you
would
know,
take me 3.5 years.
like a 3.5 hour
cents
movie.
a minute.
Like, to me, it's just kind of like, I mean, looking back on it, I didn't feel at any point bored.
Okay.
I didn't feel bored.
Good.
I fell asleep because it was Thanksgiving and we ate a bunch of food and I watched 2 hours of this movie.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like I only had to watch like the last hour and a half. but that's like a TV special movie. Like, you know what I mean? That's still a pretty decent. That's a Pixar film.
Did it have an intermission?
No. And if it did, I might have made it through.
He made one. He made one
right.
for himself.
But like best performance by Robert De Niro, in my opinion. I mean, somebody could probably dispute that, but it was really good. I don't want to like spoil anything, but if you read up on Jimmy Hoffa, which I didn't know a lot about Jimmy Hoffa, but this is based on the actual guy who supposedly admitted to killing Jimmy Hoffa.
Okay.
And the title of the book is called I Heard You Paint Houses. Mm-hmm. And that's back then was the lingo of I heard you kill people.
Yeah.
Because painting houses, you blow their brains out and it goes all over the walls. That's where it was from. And so like when that whole part happens and he's like, I heard you paint houses. He's like, yeah. Like that to me is cool, like hard as shit. Like there's parts of the movie that are fucking savage. Like Robert De Niro goes very, very hard. And if this guy did half of what he does in this movie, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. And like I read up about it after the movie and was, it's interesting because he lived longer than everyone involved. And that's essentially why he sat down with the guy who wrote the book and talked about it, because all his life he shut up. He didn't tell anybody anything about anything until he realized that he was the last one left. Like no one was there to take him out. Like he's not protecting anyone. Wow. You know what I mean? Very good movie. Very, very, very good. You were going to say something?
I didn't realize this, but Joe Pesci came out of retirement to do this. He apparently refused the role as Russell Buffalino.
Buffalino, yeah.
All right. It says some sources say the actual number of refusals was 50.
Wow.
And he did a great job.
I didn't recognize
He was incredible.
Yeah. So like this takes place over many years. So in the beginning of the movie, you see like a younger version of them, and it may or may not be slightly CGI'd.
Right.
But by the end, they're both like so old, and it's so crazy. Like especially Joe Pesci, shaking with it was just a spectacular film. Pacino was incredible as well. Like everybody that was in it did a great job. And I felt like every 5 minutes I was like, oh, I know that fucking person. I know that person. Like oh, he's on The Wire.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever. But yeah, it was. I give it a 9.75.
Nice.
It's near perfect. If it was
a little shorter,
45 minutes to an hour shorter, it would have been an instant classic.
I'm looking forward to watching it. Do you think we know anybody that's a house painter?
That actually paints houses or actually kills people?
That kills people.
Know them personally? No.
Do you think wouldn't it be crazy if you just found out
hey, I heard you paint houses, and they're like, yeah, dude, I can't believe you heard that.
What if all of a sudden it's on the news and it's like Kevin Kinderman was killed in a shootout? Turns out he was actually an assassin.
I don't have the fucking shit ready.
I'm gonna put it in my butt and twist it.
Yeah, he's a demented dude. He could be into that kind of stuff.
He could be.
Who out of our friends do you think is most likely, if you didn't know what their real day job was most likely to be a house painter?
You travel a lot.
Yeah, you do travel a lot.
Nobody really knows what I do. I just tell people.
How funny. It would be fucking hysterical if it was Kev.
Right?
If Kev was some ultra gangster fucking hitman.
It'd be hilarious.
Driving around in his fucking company car. What is it? Fucking Ford something?
Fusion or something?
Some stupid thing.
He can't not break dishes when he does dishes, but he kills people.
Meticulously kill someone.
Right?
Dude, if Kev was a licensed killer, there's no way Amy would trash him like that on Relatable.
Right?
Maybe she's into it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she's like, yeah, go ahead. What are you going to fucking do?
It's part of the
Hint, fucking
She's in
hint,
on
Kev.
Be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Maybe she's in.
Right, yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe she's.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe she's a sidekick, or it's the other way around. What if Amy is the gangster super serial killer and
Maybe.
Kev is the fucking sidekick?
I could see that one.
yeah.
She would have killed him already.
Yeah, probably. He might be a really awesome sidekick, though.
Maybe. Yeah.
And he's a pretty good sidekick for me.
Yeah, no, he's the best.
But it's a weird thing because I just yell at him and make fun of him the whole time.
Yeah, he's the best, though.
And make stupid sounders.
I'm gonna put it in my butt and twist
He
it.
did that. That was so good.
He did that all by himself. All by himself. Like, he took it there. John, what's your review?
All right, this is a 2014 film written, directed, and starring a national treasure, Jon Favreau.
Oh.
Jon Favreau's movie Chef, with an all-star cast: Sofia Vergara, Scarlett Johansson, John Leguizamo, Robert Downey Jr., Dustin Hoffman. The movie, I just think, is so well balanced. I'm saying well balanced like I'm reviewing a beer. It's such a cool story because
The tasting notes.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see somebody like really taking, or like how serious he took cooking and trying to make it look legit. And there's a story about him trying to get his life back together. There's him bonding with his son. There's so many different angles to this story that are just really resonate and make for a really good movie. So I absolutely love it. I think it's crazy that he wrote, directed, and starred in it as well. But it's just fantastic. I rediscovered it because of the show on Netflix, The Chef Show, which the guy who he does that show with is Roy Choi, who's a famous, I don't know what you would call him, but a famous chef. He's got food trucks as well as a restaurant, I believe. But he's the one that trained Jon Favreau to look like he knew what he was doing when he was cooking. And they hit it off and became such good friends that they came out with the show, and that's really cool. So I would check that out on Netflix also. But I went back and watched Chef, and it's just to me it's a perfect movie. It's just really well done. It's funny. One of my favorite parts is when he's first discovering Twitter, and he tells a food critic that he thought he was direct messaging him, and he messages him, "You wouldn't know a good meal if it sat on your face." But he actually tweeted it out to everybody, and hilarity ensues.
You said perfect movie, as in instant classic.
Instant classic. I do it 10 out of 10. It's right up there with Fifth Element to me.
Wow, damn!
It's a really, really good movie.
It was a good movie.
I wanted to look up something on Jon Favreau, and apparently he was an extra in the 1992 movie Hoffa, but he's uncredited.
Very interesting.
He was also Rudy's friend.
I think he's someone he's in all of his movies, right? He's
I think
always
he makes
just
an
as a
appearance.
cameo, right?
Yep.
But it's crazy. He did
Elf.
Jungle Book,
Yeah.
the remake. He directed Iron Man.
Friends.
He directed the new Lion King.
He is in Friends.
He directed Elf. Swingers. So it's crazy to think like all of these things he's been a part of. Obviously, The Mandalorian. He plays Happy in the Spider-Man movies. Obviously.
Which I didn't realize Ron Howard's daughter directed the fourth episode of The Mandalorian, which I thought was pretty cool.
It is very cool.
Brett and Laura, you guys have a review together, right?
We do. So right now we're obsessed. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
So we're trying to get caught up so that we can start watching it live. Yeah. But then I'll be upset that we can't binge it.
You just go back and rewatch it.
It's such a good show.
I love that show.
What season are you in?
6. I think
Okay.
we're in 6.
Okay, so you guys are you're getting there
We are.
because they're on season 7, right?
I think
Getting
so.
ready to start.
And I heard they just got renewed for another
Another
one.
Yeah, I
one.
think they're on 8,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, we I think my boss was talking about it, and I like not eavesdropping, but he was talking about a show I wasn't sure of. And I was like, I think it's this one because he's talking about The Office and everything else. So Google search. I was like, oh, it must be the 9-9. So I started watching it, and she's like, "What is this stupid show?" Hated it.
That's how you get it.
Yeah. We watched a couple episodes, and I was like, all right, it's funny, but I don't need to keep watching it.
Yeah.
Then he was like, fine, I'm gonna watch it on my own. I think it's funny. So then he started watching it, and then I was like, wait, you're watching without me? And I started like laughing in the background as I'm cooking dinner, and I was like, okay, no, I'm in. I'm back in.
So who's everybody's favorite character? Sounds like everyone watched it, right? Charles.
My favorite is definitely
Captain Holt.
Captain Holt. Yeah.
Gotta love Terry.
Terry's great.
But they're all
Party Terry.
all so
Party
good.
Terry.
Yeah. They're all good.
Captain Holt is like I feel like he makes the show.
Yes.
Like how just dry he is and how much smarter than everybody he is. But they all have to keep explaining things to him. Like human emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like cuz he has no idea.
It's him versus Keir Sedgwick Madeline. What's her
They're
last name?
great. Oh,
Yeah.
every time they're on screen together, it's so good.
They're just the cattiness.
Yeah, 'cause I forget some of the lines, but they're great.
Future broomstick or something.
The dog.
Sticks
His
and
dog-
stones.
Cheddar's
died.
my favorite, actually.
Cheddar died in real life.
Sticks and stones, Raymond. Describing your breakfast,
recently.
Madeline.
Yeah, just recently Cheddar died in real life. Yeah, I saw that, and because he posted about it, that's how I found out about it. Yeah, I
You're
follow
not Cheddar. You're
Andre-
some basic bitch.
I think we just watched that one recently.
It's so good.
It's one of the heists.
Yes.
I love the heist.
See, the Halloween episodes are hilarious.
I know, but now that they're filming in they're not doing it around Halloween time, so they have to do the heist a different time of the year now.
Oh,
I think they do it
Heist.
for Christmas, right? Or it might even be Thanksgiving. I don't know, because they're on NBC now, so it's a totally different schedule
Yeah.
for them. Because when they were on Fox, they would be
Was
in
it
the
Cin-
fall.
Was it Cinco de Mayo?
It might be Cinco de Mayo they do for the heist now. I think that's what it is.
we're not there yet. We're still on Halloween night.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it yet.
You should.
Oh,
watch
you
it.
seen
should
it.
start.
So like,
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
how important is it to start it directly when I get home on Sunday
Very.
back to New York?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Watch
I
it
know
while
a
you're
lot of it's on
driving.
Hulu.
You'll like it.
Get that
You'll
flip
like
phone
it,
where
Nate.
you can text and watch stuff at the same time.
Because it's a cop show, but it's a comedy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like there is aspects of it to where they're kind of solving mysteries
And
a
they're like
little
20
bit.
minutes.
But it's
They're
mostly
just-
like The
Yeah, it's
Office.
quick. Yeah, like,
So it's like a cop show meets The Office.
It's
Exactly
what
it's
it is.
written by the people I think that did The Office and Parks and
and
Rec.
Parks and Rec.
yeah.
All right.
And I think
no
it's
shit.
better than both of them. I think maybe The Office is better.
The Office,
Maybe The
yeah,
Office.
that's
hot
tough.
take.
That's
a hot
hard.
take.
That's
That's a
hard.
hot take. That's a hot take. Because that's tough. The Office is really hard to beat, but
We're in a
It's
day and
good.
age where they can both be great. One does not have to be
Yeah.
better than the other.
well, The Office is over. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So you gotta, if you want new shit, you gotta go for Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Yeah.
which I like a lot. Jake is great. Jake Peralta.
Amy.
I'm way behind.
I
I think
am,
I'm
maybe.
all,
Laura is Amy too.
So the entire time he's just like, it's you. He's just
That's
looking
so
at
funny.
me the whole time.
Nathan, you wanted to review some. Oh, what did you give? What do you guys give the 9 out of 10?
10.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out
Two
of 10.
chicken sandwiches.
give it a 9.9. 9.9.
9.
9. Yeah.
Nathan, what were you going to
Two
review?
chicken sandwiches.
So they had the Ford versus Ferrari movie come out 2 weeks ago now, and to me, it's the best movie Christian Bale and Matt Damon have ever done.
Wow.
Can't be possible. Batman. Matt
Damon. from what is it?
America.
Team America.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
But it's the best movie that either one of them have ever done.
Absolutely.
Now you're a car person. You like cars, big car guy.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a car person to appreciate this movie?
No.
What do you give it out of 10?
10.
It's a classic.
Wow. Wow.
Jackie, what
No
are you
question.
what are you reviewing?
Well, I'm going to get judged hard for this, and I don't care.
Wow.
The Vampire Diaries.
Okay, terrific.
Allison said she was binging it again. I was like, I've never seen it. I think I'd probably like it. I liked the Twilight movies. I like that corny ash.
And this is definitely
Teen.
the WB17
Oh my-
version
yeah, but
of
like,
Twilight.
I'm only going to give it like a 7.5. How many times do I yell at the TV like, you fucking idiot?
She does.
Don't you watch movies?
She does yell at the TV over this stupid show.
Whatever.
My thing with these shows is that everybody's supposed to be 17 and they're definitely adults.
They're like drinking in a bar. I'm like,
I
what
don't
the
get
fuck?
it. I don't get it. The
I
kids,
never got away with that
the
shit.
children in Riverdale run that town, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I feel like it's the same thing in this show. Every time I watch these shows with Jackie, they're like making business executive decisions about things. I'm just
Yeah,
like, wait,
yeah.
you're literally in high school in the scene before
Yeah.
this.
But the story's different than what I guess I thought it was going to be. Like, I had no idea really what to expect other than vampires. I assume at some point there's going to be werewolves. I mean, I don't know.
It's a pretty cool
They kind of
take on
go hand in hand. I mean, they did kind of, in my opinion, foreshadow it a little bit because they did show a full moon as they like panned out. And I'm like, oh man, someone's going to be transforming here. He's probably not 18 yet. There's probably some 18-year-old trick that you become a werewolf when there's a full moon and you're 18. I don't know.
The vampire guy's like, I'm 17 for forever now. I'm like, bro, you definitely look 35. Like, you're definitely in other movies playing a college student. Okay.
What's funny though is because everybody knows that the older brother is older, and I'm like, they look the same age.
Young adults.
Damon and Stefan. Damon. Matt Damon. They look the same age. So I'm always like, I don't understand how anybody thinks he's not in high school. Just skipping school.
First thing she said to me, because I walked in, she's watching Vampire Diaries, and I know this. And they're walking around in broad daylight. And the first, like, I didn't say anything because she must know that I automatically think that's corny as shit. But the first thing she said to me is, they have rings that they can walk outside.
There's a witch.
I'm like,
a witch gave
I know
him
what you're
rings.
thinking.
and I'm just like, bleh.
You know, though, he genuinely sounded interested when I gave him some backstory on it.
No,
So don't
yes.
let him fool you.
Corniest shit I've ever heard.
They don't sparkle.
They don't
I was
sparkle.
gonna ask, does their
Which
They
skin
do
glow?
burn. They do burn in the sunlight.
But they do
Unless
spike
they
their
wear
hair.
a ring.
But they do
Yes.
spike their hair. They do.
Okay.
At least one of them does.
They drive Volvos?
A lot of gel. No, but they live in a mansion. A lot of gel, a lot of angst.
Oh my God, so much drama.
So much drama.
I'm like,
Drama
you've
llamas.
been like, you've known each other for like a month, and you're like, I love you, Stefan. I'm like,
Yo,
what the fuck?
Yeah, the human girl. Like,
That's
just
Like Jersey
17?
Shore. Sounds like Jersey Shore.
At 17.
the human girl is constantly like talking shit to these vampires who they know she
can't-
knows as vampires. And
I
I'm like,
can't be with you, but like, I'm gonna watch it, guys. I'm like halfway through season 1 right now.
And what do you give
I'm giving it a 7.5.
7.5.
Okay, I'm gonna be fair.
okay, yeah. I would give it that.
That seems high.
No,
It's decent.
Considering
yeah.
most things that I rate are like 9s or 10s.
It's kind of violent too.
Nine.
It's
Yeah?
violent. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some, yeah. There's some
God, yeah.
suspenseful
Yeah, they're biting.
parts. Yeah.
Damon bites everybody, dude.
All right.
There's a trails of bodies around.
Speaking of vampires, have you guys ever seen What We Do in the Shadows? I think that's what it's called.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah,
There's a movie. It's got like the guy
Go
from.
on.
But it's hilarious.
it's like a comedy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's like Real World almost. Like these vampires live in the house together,
Nice.
but they struggle like living in the real world as vampires. Like they want to go out and party, but they can't see themselves in a mirror.
Okay.
So when the one guy dresses up, he wants to know what he looks like, so somebody has to draw him. And like, because he can't see himself
Can't see in the mirror. Yeah, that's
Just
fucking
dumb
funny.
shit like that. It's so
Yeah.
funny, dude. It's hilarious.
It's funny to me because these shows or movies, it's always the like main female. She always figures it out that they're vampires. I'm like, so nobody else in your entire life that you've been around for 145 fucking years
These guys
has
have been-
ever figured out that you're a vampire.
These guys have been
But this
17 years
girl has.
old, living in the same house.
No,
since the
they move
1800s.
around. Come on. They just came back to their original house.
If you look
Gotta wait long
35,
enough.
why would you constantly go back to high school?
right? I'd be so done with
Like,
that shit.
like if you just like kept like recreating your identity, why would you go back
I don't know.
continuously?
That's
Like,
interesting.
That show came out in 2009.
It's
And
just
it
so-
just ended, what, like 2 years
it's
ago?
it's basically Dawson's Creek with vampires.
You're
what it is.
Dawson's Creek.
You're Dawson's Creek.
You're like vampires. Damn Dawson's River kids sleeping in each other's beds.
I love you, but I can't be with you because you live forever.
Right.
Yeah, what if they're like super old and they just won't get with like the new times and technologies because they look like they're 17, but like fuck cell phones.
I will say,
I'm not doing that.
The guy playing Stefan was born in 1982. So,
He's mad old.
So yeah, he's like
Yeah.
definitely not 17. And his hair is super spiked.
Older than me.
He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
it's older than me,
Old
too.
one or new one?
New one, yeah. New one. Well, yeah, old one maybe. Not the Sega Genesis one, the one they redid for $5 million. or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
worth it.
Brett and Laura, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And John, happy birthday.
Thanks, bud.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks,
Butthead.
bud.
Go to patreon.com/MBN Network to hear the rest of this episode, even though it's already been super long. I did that for John's birthday.
Blame it on me.
Birthday gift to everyone.
Exactly. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Nathan, thank you so much for being here as well.
Absolutely, thank you.
Great job, everybody. Jackie, thank you so much for
Anytime.
living here and
Yeah,
being here
yeah,
naturally. John, thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy.
Go to eunomiascbd.com. Use promo code MBN. Get 20% off free shipping and free shit. I'm not going to say it again. Actually, I am. Go to eunomiascbd.com. Promo code MBN. 20% off free shipping and free shit. It's not a drill, people. free shit. Also, like I said, patreon.com/MBN Network. Patreon. We love you guys. Brett and Laura on Patreon. We love you guys.
Thank you guys
so much for everything. We'll see you guys next time. Tune in tomorrow for an all-new Relatable Radio. It's a full week this week. Ish. Yeah, no bruise. Yeah. 2 more weeks left, people. We'll see you guys next week.